Hey guys, welcome back to Mark the Point. This is going to be day 2 of our bankroll building style strategy. What I'm going to do is, because I want to give more than one rollout, in case you missed day 1, I'm going to put it up there in the little nugget so you can see day 1. This is going to be day 2. So on day 1, we started with $500. We ended with $796. So we was a profit of $296. And what I said is we were going to start off, we're going to pocket almost $200. So we're going to put that 196, technically that would be into our pocket or into our rack to not be touched. And we were going to play with $600, okay? So again, collecting 200, which is almost half of what your initial bankroll was, and now you're going to play with $600, okay? This is day 2. Again, if you're on a cruise or if you're in Las Vegas, you're there for the week, you only start with $500, so you have to learn how to bankroll. You have to learn how to manage your money, and this is how we're going to do it, guys. Okay, let me show you a little bit of how we started out. I'm going to show you how we're going to change it just slightly, not to be much, but just slightly. What we did was we started off with a $60 on the 6 and 8. Just a little recap here. Then we were at $15 on the 5 and 9, and we were at $10 on the 4 and 10. What we did was we'd take 2 hits and only 2 hits. We'd pull our main bets down and only play with the inside, like 44 inside, or whatever that bet was. 44 inside, and if we got a hit on that 44 inside, we would pull that bet and we'd pull it down, and that's how we would start it out. Now on this one, I'm going to go a little bit different. We have an extra $100 to play with, the exact same style play. We're going to do almost the exact same style play, just with a little bit different reading of how we're going to roll it out. So again, we had an extra $100, so what we're going to do is we're going to level up just a little bit. We're going to go $15 on the 4 and 10. And we're going to go $25 on the 5 and 9. Okay, so I'll show you what that's going to look like. We'll go 25 on the 5 and 9, and then 15 on the 4 and 10. Okay, puck us off. Okay, so that's how we're going to start out each session, or each time we start a new point, or whatever it is. Okay, again, we're going to roll this out for 2 rolls, pull all of our starting initial or our initial layout off the table, and you're only going to play with base level. In this case, base level is 44 inside. Now that's a $10 table. If it is a $15 table, that would be 66 inside, but you have options. You could just go 18 and 18 on just a 6 and 8 and just roll it out. Totally up to you how you want to play that out, but we're going to play it as if it's a $10 table and go from there. Okay, again, starting bankroll is $600 this time. Again, a little bit of profit from our last session. And we're going to roll this out. It's going to be a very short intro. It might be a little bit longer video, or maybe not a longer video. It might be just a little more rolling than we normally do, just to see how it played out of all the different scenarios. And let's see if we can roll this out. Here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and get it started. We're going to point established. Let's go ahead and we are not the shooter, so we're not going to play any pass lines. No don't passes on this system. We are going to just play out straight up as if we are not a shooter. We're just going to roll this out as we go. Here we go. We got 2 dice, and the point is going to be the hard 8. The hard 8, the square pair. Let's mark the point on the 8. Now, this is a $200 layout. So $200, let's go ahead and drop down $200 just like this. Again, we know we're going to go $60 on the 6 and 8. Going to go quarters on the 5 and 9. Let's go ahead and grab some red chips here. Okay, so you go $60 for the caps here, and you can go $15 on the 4 and 10. It's not a buy bet yet. You don't buy it until you get to 20. I'm not going to pay any VIGs on my table, so it doesn't matter anyways. The point is 8, and here we go. Let's go. That's the Yo 11. That's no help to me. Here we go. 415, no field. Perfect. That's going to pay me $35, okay? Again, I'm not going to press. I'm only going to collect, put that money back into the rack, okay, just like that. And we have a 5-3-8, okay, no, the easy 8. That is our point. That's going to pay us $35. Let's go and turn the puck off. Again, what am I going to do here? I'm going to take this money, and that's, well, let's start off. I'm going to go and pull all my bets down, okay? This is my initial bankroll. All these bets are going to come down. This is your regression. You've got to have regression sometimes, especially with a smaller bankroll. You've got to learn to regress, okay? Then we're going to go out there for 44 inside. That's 25. That's 35. That's $45. put this extra quarter back into the rack. That's extra profit. Let's go ahead and give you $1 back because you're going to need that in just a second. And now let's go out there for $44 on the inside. Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, the puck is off, so it doesn't really matter what this come out roll is. But here we go. That's going to be the 8, 6-2, easy 8. Okay, let's mark the point back on the 8. And now we're looking for an inside bet. If we get an inside bet, we're going to pull it down with it. So that's the 3-1-4. No help, Big Joe. Come on, shooter. 3-1-4, back to back. How about that? Back to back fours. And that's a 9-6-3 center field. Okay, again, that's $10 will pay me 14, or in this case, it'll pay me 15 for one. I can go ahead and do that. 15 for one. Now, that's $25. I'm going to pull this bet down. That's $25. I'm going to conserve my red chips and give myself a green chip here. I'm pulling that bet down all the way back to my rack, and I'm just going to kind of roll it out with the 5, 6, and 8. Again, this is a very conservative way to play. Now, that's the 5, no field. Okay, same thing. That's going to pay me $14. Okay, 10 pays me 14. I'm going to pull this all the way down, and let's go ahead and move these over just a little bit. I'm going to pull these bets down. That's going to go here. All right. Again, keep it on the 6 and 8. No worries there. From there, you don't have to take it down. Let's just go ahead and play it out. It doesn't matter. That's the 4-3-7 anyways. So let's turn the puck off. These here do come back. And we're going to start it all back over again. Again, because we have a little bit of money, we're going to level it up just a little bit. Okay, I'll show you what we're going to do. Let's get a point set first. Let's do that. I like to do that. I like to get a little ahead of myself sometimes. That's going to be the hard 6 on the come out roll. Let's mark the point on the 6. Again, we know we're going to go out there for at least 60 on the 6 and 8. You can level it up just a little bit. Was going out for 15 each on the 4 and 10. And what you could do, say, you know what? I want to try to get a little bit more juice out of that 5 and 9. Let's take this $20 and let's make it look like 35 each on the 5 and 9. Both of those will pay you $50. A nice little payout, okay? Here we go. We have a 6-2-8. How about that? An easy 8, okay? So now it's going to pay me $70. Again, just to collect. That's all we're doing. We're going to collect. We're going to use that money in just a second, okay? All right, here we go. Let's get it. Here we go. Come on, shooter. And that's going to be the hard 6. Wow, that would be my parlay. I love it. Hard 6 in the come out. A 6 again. That is the hard way parlay. Of course, I don't play my hard ways in this system. That's a totally different strategy. Anyways, that's still going to pay me $70. Let me get some red chips over here. That's still going to pay me $70, okay? And that's going to sit right here. Now, let's go ahead and pull these all back one more time. Again, we're going to regress this all the way down. The goal here is to maximize your profits however you can. Let's just go ahead and, you know what, let's just set it here to the side because we know we're going to use it again in just a minute. And we're going to go out there for 44 on the inside. 44 on the inside. And let's grab one more red chip and then these $4. Boom, check out that. You got $100 coming back to your rack just like that, guys. I love it. I love it. That's good money sitting right there. The puck is off. And let's get another point set. Here we go. That's the aces. That's the dots in both places. Snake eyes, no help. 6-3-9. That's a center field. Let's mark the point on the 9. Now we're looking for a 5, 6, an 8, or a 9. That is the hard 10 down there on the end. Big Ben. And now we have the 6-3-9 back. How about that? Hit the shot, the buck shot, hit the point. Now that's going to pay me $14. That will pay me $14. And what I say we're going to do, when we get that hit, we're going to pull that bet down. Okay, so it can come back to my rack. Let's turn the puck off. Let's get another point. It's going pretty good so far. They don't always go well, but this is going good. That was a 3-1-4. It did roll on me there at the end. All right, here we go. The 4 is the point. That's another hard 10. Check us out on the hard ways. They're rocking today. 3, that's a 4-1-5. 4-1-5. You know what I need to do? I'm actually going to make a camera adjustment in just a second. I realize that half my dice aren't showing. So what's going to do? That's going to pay me 15 for 1. That's paying me 15 for 1. I'm going to pull that 5 down, and we're going to bring it down just like that. And I'm just going to move the camera just a little bit so it does capture my dice. I realized in my last video, and I didn't make the adjustment. So maybe you can see the dice rolling now. Okay, and here we go. That's going to be the 6-2-8, the easy 8. That's perfect. Now, once you get down to just 2 numbers, you're just going to collect, okay? At this point in time, we're just going to collect. Let's go and call it 15 for 1. The actual payment is $14. 15 for 1. Put that money back into the rack. All right, here we go. Another hard 10. I think that's three hard 10s. How about that? Now it's another 639, not on the 639. At some point in time, once you do get in profit, you can absolutely go to the 5 and 9. Just make sure you know you have you're banking you start off at $500. You're banking on trying to make this money last. So the more you spread out, of course, that's more exposure and more risk. And that's the 437. Okay, let's turn the point off. That is the 437 out. So let's pull these bets back. Okay, let's turn the puck off. And now what can we do? We can level up a little bit more because we have a little bit more to play with. Or we can kind of keep it at what we just was, which I think it's okay. Let's just keep it at what we was just doing. That way there's no extra money kind of really going into it. And so what we did was we had 60 on the 6 and 8. We had 35 on the 5 and 9. Then we had 15 each on the 4 and 10. Again, I set them up again with the puck was off. That's okay. That's up and off. Just tell them up and off, please. All right, that's going to be another 3, 1, 4. Let's mark the point on the 4, and here we go. We have 437. Ouch, that's a hurt. Okay, so this is going to happen, guys. This is absolutely going to happen. We went out there. We put a lot of money out there. Granted, we had a couple of good rolls leading up to this, but this is where it's going to hurt you, right? So you got to pull all these bets down. That is the 437. Again, how does it recover? As long as you're turning your bets off, it should recover well. Now, the vulnerability here, and I like to show kind of every piece of it. The vulnerability in this system is if you have 2 or 3 PSOs, or if you can't get those 2 hits, then this is going to suck you dry, okay? It's going to happen because you only have $500, $600. You're going out there for 150, 170, 200 if you level up a little bit. So just be cautious of what you are playing for. Okay, let's go ahead and do let's do another shooter here. Here we go. All right, it's going to be the 5, 3, 2. I just want to kind of vet this out, see how it goes. There's a 5. Again, I did this on my last video, almost the exact same strategy, and it did pretty well. Let's see how this one ends up doing and going. All right, so we're going to go, because we got knocked off, okay, I'm going to go back out there with our initial set, and our initial set meaning the 60 on the 6 and 8, and just a 25 on the 5 and 9, and then the $10 on the 4 and 10, okay? We're just going to just kind of level it down a little bit, get our money, get the money back going again. And there's a 6, 4, 2, okay? So it's on the 2, so that's going to be a 76. Sorry, 4, 2 will pay us $70. 60 pays us 70. Again, set it right here. I'm going to use it in just a minute. And we have the 3, 1, 4. Not the best bet that you want, but that's why we cover it with the 4 and 10. That's going to pay me $18. Let's go ahead and pay that out just like that. Again, pull all these bets back. This is your regression. And you know what? If I will say this, if you are going to regress, if you're going to play like this, make sure you leave some tips for the dealers, whether you're playing the 6 and 8 inside with them, whatever you're playing, because they are moving your money around. Let's help out our dealers as we go. All right, and here's what we have. We're going down to a 44 on the inside. That's $45. I'll give you $1 back, and all this can come back to our rack. Let's go ahead and do that now, and I'll set you up for 44 on the inside, just like this. Boom. Ready to roll. Need to grab some more whites as I go. All right. I think we are ready to roll. Square them up a little bit. All right. Let's go, shooter. Looking for an inside number. That's a 516. That's an inside. Perfect. All right. That's going to pay me $14. So I'll go ahead and pay it at 14. And I'm going to pull that 6 down, bring it down into the rack. Again, not going to risk too much because then we got hit a while ago. We don't want to risk too much by trying to keep it out there. And let's just go with the 5, the 8, and the 9. Yo, 11, no help to me. Come on, shooter. Hard 8, the square pair. That's beautiful. Again, that's going to go and make it, call it 15 for 1. And we are not technically going to pull this one down. What we're going to do is let's just move one of these over. And let's go ahead and make this look like that. And we're going to pull the 9 down. So essentially, that's our second hit. We're going to let the 6 and 8 ride. We can keep them at the 6 and 8 when you have 2 bets left, and just keep those going. We are not going to pull those down. Now, that is our 5. That's our point. Let's turn off the point. Here we go. This can be another square pair. The hard 8. The hard ways are coming, guys. I love the hard ways. There's a 10. Easy 10. And we have another 8, 6, 2 this time. Okay, that's going to pay me 15 for 1. We just leave it. We're not gonna press it up. We'll just leave it and pull these bets back. Let's turn the puck off. Let's get a new point going. 5-2-7 on the come out as a come out winner. Pay to pass line, pull the don'ts. 3-1-4. Okay, 3-1-4. That's our point. Come on, shooter. Looking for a 6 or an 8. There's a 9, 6-3. Center field. We have a 5-2-7. Ouch. Okay, so pull these bets back. And let's see how we are doing here. Again, always good to kind of look and gauge your rack. See how you're doing, even if it's mid-roll. But we're not coloring up yet. But just mid-roll to see how we're doing. We started with $600. Again, it's always good to see where you stand. That way you know when to stop. Whether you need to take a break for a little bit or whatever it is. That's 2, 3. That's 400. That's 475. That's 500. Okay, so here's what we got. That's 500. This is our initial bankroll. This is technically everything. And so we know this is all profit. This is all profit right now. We're up, we're up right about 125 bucks, which is good, right? Up $125. That one hit at the end really got to us, but that's okay. We're going to do out there for maybe one more shooter. Let's do 2 more shooters. Let's do this. Is going to be 2 more shooters. We're going to do this out, and let's keep it going, all right? So let's go ahead and go out there for 60 on the 6 and 8, 25 on the 5 and 9. And if we want to level up one more unit, we can on the 5 and 9. Let's go and make them look like 35 each. That's okay. Let's go ahead and do that now. So 35 here, 35 here. Oh, got to put our 6 and 8 down there. A little sloppy. That's all right. All right, and here we go. Puck is off. Our bets are off. It's going to be the 5-3-8. Mark the point on the 8, and now we're all working. Here we go. Looking for 2 hits. Can we get 2 hits? That's the 3-1-4. How about that? Another one. That's going to pay me $18, okay? It will pay me $18. I'm going to put this back into the rack. Again, we're going to go out for that in a minute. And a 6-3-9 center field. That's nice. That'll pay me $50. The actual payment is $49. That'll pay me $50 for 1, just like that. Okay, pull all of our bets back. That's good. Okay, all these bets are coming back. It's all coming back to the rack. And I'm just going to move it just here to the side. We're going to get it in just a minute, okay? We're going to go out there for 44 on the inside. That's 25. Let's put this one, 25, 35, 40, 44. We'll put that back here. And here we go. Again, the dealer will do this automatically. I need that quarterback. The dealer will do this automatically. They're pretty quick with it. I am not so much. I'm not so quick. All right, and let's go ahead and grab that 25. So here, let's go and do it like this right here. 25, 25, 25. Put that $5 back. Just like that. Boom. Ready to roll. Now, the point is still on the 8. Here we go. 10, 6, 4, 10, no help. Looking for an inside number. 5-1-6, that's nice, okay. That's going to pay me, let's go and call it 15 for 1. I'm going to pull this bet down, okay. This bet comes down with it. Again, trying to play a little bit conservative here. Aces, the dots in both places, that's snake eyes. 3, 1, how about that? That's a 1, 2, 3, craps 3. And a hard 6. We've been hitting them hard ways. We did pull our 6 down to be a little bit more conservative. That's part of the game, guys. And that's a 5. No field. 3-2. Okay. So that's going to pay me $14. I'm going to call it 15 for 1. Okay. 15 for 1. What I'm going to do is, we know that's $25. I'm going to conserve my reds just a little bit and give you the $25. Put that here. And again, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and try to move these over to have the 6 and 8. I'm going to drop down $2. That way I have the 6 and 8 covered. And here we go. 5-3-8. See, that's why I did that. I think the 8 was already covered. It doesn't matter. Now, that is going to pay me, again, $14. I'm going to call it 15 for 1 again. Let's go and turn the puck off. This time I'm just collecting. I'm not going to pull it down once it gets to just 2 numbers, okay? And we have the 5-3-8, easy 8. Oh, mark the point on the 8. Let's do that. 4-2-6. How about that? Okay, here we go. So it's going to pay me $14. Leave it as is. I'm not going to press it up, guys. More exposure. Now, I get it. You're probably losing out on a little bit of opportunity down the road, but that's all right. Sometimes you just have to play it easy when you don't have the bankroll to do it, okay? And there is the 437. See, if I just press that up, it don't always work out like that, but if I had just pressed it up, I would have lost only half that winning, if you want to call it that. Okay, guys, let's go into it. Let's turn it off, okay? Let's see how we ended up doing. Again, this was our extra money, so we're not going to touch that. This is our $600. Let's go ahead and pull out our $600, which is our initial bankroll. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 500. That's 600. Okay, so this is $600. So this is our initial starting bankroll. Everything else is profit, which is exactly what you look for. And so look here, guys. Again, this is day two. Day two on our bankroll building session. Let's go ahead and check this out. I need an extra one there. All right, that's 500. Okay. Oh, sorry. Wow. That's 100, 125, 150, 175. That's 205, 210, $212 profit. $212 profit plus the $196 profit that we started with earlier. So now we're up over like $400 in profit, just in profit in these last 2 days of session, guys. Again, bankroll builds. Sometimes you have to play it slow to build that bankroll. That way, when you do come out for day three, now rather than start with 600, now you can start with 800. You have a little bit more money to play with. Don't get too much more aggressive because you don't want to lose it, but you could be a little bit higher on your start out and just play it again. Play it all, do it a little bit heavier on the initial, regress your bets, and play it out. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the content. Again, I have more of these. I'm going to have more strategies, more ways to play the bankroll builder. Please stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, guys, make sure you're subscribing. This is good stuff. People don't teach the good stuff on the YouTube a lot of times. It's the get rich scheme, the get rich quick scheme. We don't want to play that here. We want to try to show you how to make money. Again, it doesn't always work out where you do make. Let's make sure we say that. It doesn't always work out. But sometimes we try to give you a chance to be able to. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the content. Until next time, mark the point. Stay awesome.